Hi, it's Linda with CreativePLR.com, and today we're making Mother's Day cards because Mother's Day is coming. I wanted to try to do something different. I'm making a folded card. I'm in Midjourney, and I'm going to make the front of my card. This is going to be simple. Anybody can do it. In fact, this would be a great thing for kids to try. Make folded cards. It's going to be pretty easy. They can just pick whatever picture they like. You can apply it in Canva to one of the templates, and then print it out and fold it. Now, I do have to tell you that whenever you're making anything in Midjourney that has a text on it, something specific that you want it to say, and you want it spelled correctly, it can be a little bit of a challenge, but I'm going to show you how to overcome that too. So I really like this one with the pink. It looks like a carnation, and my aspect ratio is 5:7 because that's the size my finished card is going to be. I'm going to print it on a letter-sized piece of paper. When I download it as a PDF, it's going to have crop marks on it to tell me where to trim. And so I'm going to trim it down to a 5:7 size. I'm going to pick the carnation, and I'm torn between these two. Let's try this one and see if it's spelled correctly. Happy Mother's. Well, it was almost there. So what we're going to do to fix that, because we don't want two S's, we are going to vary by region. And I am going to not change my prompt because my prompt said Mother's Day card with Happy Mother's Day. And I did spell it correctly. I just highlight this area and I click this, and it already has my prompt, and it's going to give me another version. Now, I'm not saying the other version is going to be correct. Sometimes you have to do this a couple of times where it does the spelling correct. So let's look at another one. I did this basket of flowers, and this one looks a little dead. I really like that one. I like things with more color. So let's do that one and see what we have there. Happy Mother's Mother's Day. You know, I don't know that I like that because it looks like the top of the basket got cut off. So let's go back and find another one. I think I like this one. This one may be accidentally spelled correctly. Happy Mother's Day. That would be perfect. So that's one that we're going to use. And let's see here if this actually fixed. So what it does is when you go through and you change the spelling or you fix something, there was something else here that I didn't like, I could do that as well. But when you're changing the text, it gives you 4 versions, and that's not to say that all 4 are going to be exactly alike. Looks like the font on this one's a little bit different. This is 3 lines, 3 lines, 2 lines, 2 lines. And so let's look at the first one. The flowers are exactly the same. Happy Mother's Day, and this is perfect. So I'm going to copy this one, and I'm going to go over to Canva, and I've got my portrait card, and I'm going to paste. Now, my background is white, and I'm pasting a white background picture on top of it. We know we're going to trim away a little bit, so I'm going to put this close to the fold, and I have it centered right here. And I'm going to try to move it around a little bit so I can get it centered there as well. If you would like to have something on your background that is going to give you textured background, let's put in white. That gives you a little bit, I don't know if you can see that, but it does give you a little bit of texture on the back, and I really like that one. And so what you would do now is you would download. I'm going to download it as PDF print, and you'll notice on here it says crop marks and bleed. I'm going to click that, and I'm going to download. I'm going to open that later. The size of this that I used was folded card. Here I have a card template here that's portrait. That means it's 5:7. I also have a card that's landscape, and that's 7:10. So 7 wide, and you would fold it in the middle. I have these templates in here, and they are going to be the right side when they're done. But when you download them and you print them yourself, you're going to be printing them on an 8.5 by 11 inch paper. Whether you send it to a professional printer or you print it yourself, they're going to print it on that size paper and then trim it down using those crop marks so that it's the perfect size. So it doesn't matter how it's printed, it's still going to have to be trimmed a little bit. So we have that. Now, I could make a whole bunch of these, add a page. I could go back to Midjourney and I could, oh, I like this one. I could copy this one and go back and paste. And if I want a different texture on my background, and this one I probably would, I might make the background a little darker shade or even a lighter shade. And I want to center it. And so I would go in here and I would find this color and I would just make it a little bit like that. And I kind of like that too. And you can make as many pages as you like. These would be great to sell on Etsy. Now, if you want to make one that is landscaped, we're going to go back over to Midjourney, and all we're going to do, let's see if I can find something that I really like. I really liked this one. It's perfect for portrait. And so let's see if we can redo this one and change the aspect ratio. So I'm just going to copy this prompt. I'm going to try it again, but before I hit enter, I am going to say 7 by 5, and we're just going to try it. Instead of having a pink carnation, let's have lilacs. And, you know, this is the thing that I love about Midjourney. You never know what you're going to get. I might get lilacs, I might get lilies, I might get a dog. Never quite sure what it's going to be, but that's part of the fun of using it. Wow, I really like these. Now, I can see that this one's spelled correctly, and this one's spelled correctly. This one looks like it's spelled correctly, but it's got a little something extra there. And this one's got, I'm not quite sure what it's got, but we're going to look at it up close. It's got Happy Mother's Day. So we're going to do that just one more time, vary by region. And I am going to cover all of that. And I'm going to do it again and see if I can get a different response. And I will. I think I really like this one too. So I'm going to copy it and go over to Canva and paste it. I think I'm going to make it a little bit smaller because I know it has to be trimmed. And I do want it centered. There we go. And so we know that we're ready on Midjourney because we heard the sound. It did fix Happy Mother's Day. Now, let's go over and let's open up. I do want to show you what it looks like when it has the crop on it. See these little marks up here? So this tells you that you need to cut at this mark. You line it up on a paper cutter and cut from here to here. And then this mark here lines up over here and you cut across here. So you're going to cut on all 4 sides, fold it in half, and you're all set for Mother's Day. I hope this was helpful, and you're going to start making some Mother's Day cards for all of the mothers in your life. Until next time, keep creating.